Are you a victim of domestic violence? Since 2013, From Ordinary to Extraordinary has helped over 3,000 women, and we want to continue to rebuild the community with one family at a time. Please make a donation or sign up for volunteer opportunities today at IamFote.org. No matter how you choose to get involved, know that every bit counts. From Ordinary to Extraordinary is a 501c3 nonprofit organization designed to empower women and girls that have experienced domestic violence.
Michael, Shawn, and the Takeover Legends, where the truth hurts, but also makes you laugh.
Baby, tap in. Tap, tap, tap in.
Don't never stop if you want to be on top. Yeah.
Low waist, fat, baby, tap in.
Oh, I'm going to tap in for sure.
Tap, tap, tap in.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's Michael, Shawn, and Shawnee.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
It's Michael, Shawn, and I got to sneeze. Don't you hate when the little sneezy thing gets right there in your nose and you know it's coming and you like, but it just won't happen? Oh, I feel sneezy. Sneeze. Good morning, Afro Queen. Bishop, good morning, Bishop. Good. We really appreciate you, Bishop, actually checking in and watching. We got to have you on the show, Bishop, because we got a major story about another bishop in New York City. But we'll talk about that. Mr. Lamar Whitehead, who the more I read up on it, he got a lot going on in New York, boy. New York got some things going on. But anyway, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, Jay Black said he's fighting flu symptoms. His whole house has been sick for a while. I tried to tell him. He didn't want to listen, Shawnee. I know this sounds crazy. It doesn't sound crazy, but I learned it from God. When everybody is sick in your house, you got to wear your mask. That's what you got to do. But we don't. And he was like, that'd be weird wearing a mask. Yeah, but if you got to go to work and you trying to stay away from the germs and you don't want to make people sick, outside of your house,
right?
You got to wear the mask. Like we may not have learned anything from COVID, but what we do know is the mask does keep some germs away from you. Just, it may not stop COVID from hitting your ass.
Right. Good morning, Don.
What up, Don Page? But it will stop, the germs spreading. Like if I was living with you right now, I'd have the mask on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even if we got intimate, I would still keep the mask on.
Oh, wow. How would that work?
I just keep the mask on. Even though that don't make no sense because anyway, all right. So how was your night there, Shawnee? Because I know you've been struggling, all sicky and all that.
I'm sick. Well, my oldest daughter decided that she wanted to sell popcorn last night, so we had to sell popcorn last night. And
you decided you was gonna spread them germs.
Well, no, actually, we wear masks.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we wear masks and we wear gloves.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we don't do that because even if I wasn't sick, we still wear masks because you're dealing with food that you got to give people.
Yeah,
you want them to feel comfortable with the whole situation. So mask and gloves, we wear that. And then after that, I came back in, got into bed, and watched another episode of Harry and Meghan.
Yeah.
So I have 1.5 episodes left to see the whole thing.
Nice. Yeah, we got to talk about that. I actually watched it. Me and my mom she was watching it, and I watched some of it, and I was like, this is a very interesting couple. I don't know if I could have done all that just to be with somebody. I don't know. That's a whole lot. Good morning, Mo. Let's see if the echo's going out. There's a little echo, but it seems fine. What's up? Good morning.
I hear a tremendous amount of echo. Like you're
all right, so I don't know how long we're gonna keep you.
Hot.
So Mo has a internet crisis going on in her part of the country. And she's on one of her cell phones. Yeah, I've noticed that the women that I deal with have multiple cell phones, and I don't know how to take it. I don't know how to take it. I honestly don't know what they up to. I don't know what they do. I know Shawnee She has multiple cell phones. I don't know how to take that. I don't know what secret life she's living. And Mo has she has more than 2 cell phones. She's actually on like a 4th cell phone. So I don't know what syndicate she might be running behind the scenes. And I don't want to know. I want it to be totally surprised. I want to be surprised by it when it goes down. Like I don't want it to go down, but I don't want people, when you find out Mo is a kingpin or queenpin, I don't want y'all to be like, Mike Shawn had to know. Mike Shawn must have known everything. He was Mike Shawn don't know shit. I don't know nothing.
Easy.
If we find out Shorty's running the Central Standard Time and she's got something going on, don't y'all say that Mike knew something. Mike don't know nothing. Mike works at a UPS mail store. That's what Mike does, and he tells jokes. That's it. I don't know nothing. So Mo, you hear tremendous echo. So maybe one for the plug, one for the show. One for the plug, one for the show.
Right.
All right. So if you hear terrible echo, are you going to be at a function or you want to chill? It's up to you. I'm not going to hold it against you. Jay Black's not here.
I can multitask.
And you sound super low.
Really? So let me turn up my device. Is this better?
The device, not even a cell phone anymore. It's a device.
Better? It's better.
You know what? We're going to keep you through allegedly. What we'll do is we'll keep you through allegedly, and you'll rock out allegedly. And I guess we're just going to have to let you run with the stories. And because, yeah, you sound like you in a little tin can.
Well, that sucks.
I mean, yeah. I mean, being that you're a leader of a syndicate, I would think you would have a better cell phone. But I guess whatever you got. I don't know what you want.
Through your UPS packages.
So how were you? How was your night last night? How was it? Look, you making me talk lower because that's how you sound. Go ahead, girl. Go ahead. Wait.
You know what? I'm trying to think. Maybe I have it on these settings because when I do virtual therapy, I try to keep it very low. So it doesn't come through like especially for people who are hypersensitive to sound.
Damn.
So I think that's what's going on right now.
Damn, them cell phones can get you on a cell phone. Them cell phones can get you on a cell phone. Oh, so yeah, but you work with all so you got people, you got to keep a tone. You got to keep your tone because they get frightened or they get what are they?
Hypersensitive to sound. If you ever seen people on the autism spectrum cover their ears, there are some where it sounds like you're you got a megaphone up to their ear, even if you're just speaking in your normal tone, your normal voice. So I always try to be cognizant of that and keep my voice low. Even for people who are not on the spectrum, who, they may be having a schizophrenic, onset, you don't want to have that audio just like,
I get it. It's weird because I suffered a little bit from that. I don't know if you can diagnose me, but I suffered a little bit with my ex-wife. But it wasn't because I was in the spectrum. I just wanted the bitch to shut up. Like, I really wanted her to shut up. Like, I did this. Like, I actually did this in my house. I did that. Like, I actually did that. All right. Jay Marie says, had an ex who was that way on spectrum.
Yeah.
Wow. Morning, Afro Queen. Prison cell phones, Mike. I'm just going to listen to Yams. You can join on in. I didn't get the first one. You can join on in. We need you to join on in. Keep joining in. We appreciate the fact that you're rocking with us. J. Marie, Mike, why you give me the exclamation? Damn, it's too early, y'all. Why y'all coming at my neck this early?
Because you called your ex-wife a bitch. That's why she's saying
and well, she deserves it. She earned that. She earned that Oscar.
No.
She earned that Oscar. Yes, she did. Yeah. She thoroughly did. Yes, yeah. Trust. I ain't taking that one back.
You're terrible.
Anyway, what's up?
No, I just want to shout out to all the people who came out to the Golden Rule Toys for Tots this weekend. We had the food pantry open, and we had the toys, pictures with Santa, hot cocoa, hot dogs. It was nice. Made me feel good.
That's nice. I was really bored. I woke up and I was bored, and I started researching Christmas. And some people say the Romans. I'm just saying that because you did the Toys for Tots. So you said you was on the I was on the section. I did this like all the time. I'm like, just shut up. I'm sensitive to your voice. Oh well, you weren't, but I'm not making light of the spectrum. I was just saying, well, you
I
weren't,
know that.
but you did the hands on the head to her. No, honestly, that was a torturous year. That was a torturous year, and I put out some torture too. Come on, Pastor Mike B. Now I can't, Bishop. You're right. I'm a work in progress, Bishop. I just when it comes to man, and she's a nice person. She's just a horrible wife, and she's proven.
After he
She's a
called her a bitch, right? Okay.
yeah, she's a repeat offender.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. Y'all done called men plenty of your version of bitch. Matter of fact, y'all don't call your men bitches. So what are y'all talking about? I just did it on the show. I
have never. I would never do that. No.
Oh.
I have never called him that.
Okay, I know.
Even when I'm mad, even when I've
When
been
have
angry.
you, that's what I'm about to say. When have you ever heard me call?
You really gonna say that?
When you heard me call?
You really gonna say that?
One of my exes.
With your mouth, you really gonna say that?
Yeah, I can't say it with my ears.
Yeah, you okay? All right, with the mouth that you have, which let me tell you, when it comes to cursing, I've never met somebody who outdoes me.
I think I believe she done said the MFA, but I don't think that
she don't call bitch. She don't call bitch ass N-word. I trust me. That girl is an encyclopedia when it comes to cursing. Like her curses she uses them in every type of way. She's amazing. Like I gotta write a bit about how amazing she takes curses and uses them in nice ways, bad ways, sad ways, happy ways. I've not said that to this one or anyone I've been with. Well, congratulations, Jay Marie.
Is that like
there
the
you go.
Dr. Seuss of cursing?
She is the Dr. Seuss of cursing. I'm telling you, she should write a book, Curses for Third Graders. Like she should write a book. A few years back, a girl claimed that Missy Elliott's song "Get Your Freak On" caused her to have seizures. I think it was that song. Man, geez. That's tough. Well, I'm not gonna get serious today. I don't feel like it. So Christmas was started by the Romans, and it's a weird year because it just says 3-6. That's a weird year, right? Just to have like 3. It was like 3-6. It wasn't 3-6. It was 3-6. I still got it on my phone. I act like I can't use my phone. No, there was another one that was AB. Then I started looking up. I got into this weird.
You never heard of that? What's
AD.
Oh, after the death of Christ. Okay, I was trying to check.
So Saint Nicholas, they believe, was born sometime AD 280 in Patara near Myra, modern day Turkey. So that's what they say, Saint Nicholas, and they said it was a myth on how kind he was. Then this is crazy. Jesus is in Wikipedia. Like so he's on Wikipedia, and we got the bishop on here. So the date of the birth of Jesus is not stated in the Gospels or in any historical source. I'm just reading this, Bishop. I don't know if this is true, but most biblical scholars assume that a year of birth was between 6 and 4 BC. And then there was some other rumors on how Christmas started. Anyway, I was just looking up fun Christmas facts. Since we're all, well, most of us in the country, in the world, are about to spend their last dollar on Christmas gifts. And let me tell you something about my night. Yesterday, I saw something I've never seen before. I saw somebody come into that UPS mail store, and I'm waiting for the boxes. So once they do the boxes and they put the label on there, I gotta take it to the back, and then I gotta arrange everything so when the UPS driver's there, it's accessible and it's cool, right? So all right, so I'm sitting there, and this lady walks in with a bunch of stuff. But I've seen people with more stuff. Like I've literally seen people just fill up the entire lobby with what they're sending out. This person sent out what she was charged for her send out was more than I've spent on multiple Christmas presents. This lady was charged $786 to send this stuff out. I'm telling you, this lady was the original Saint Nick. She was sending stuff to Hawaii, Then they had to, and I don't know how to do this international packing, y'all. If y'all see me at the front desk, you got something international, just go to the next person. If you see me at the and you got something international, go to the next person. I don't know how to do it. But $786 that and she was an older woman, but obviously she had some money because that is a gang of money to send. Does anybody send? Well, Shawnee, you really don't do Christmas like that. Do you mail gifts, Mo? Do you mail gifts out?
Yes, but I do not use UPS. I was actually just in UPS last week, dropping off some Amazon returns, right? And so
I know how to do that. I know how to do that.
Oh, you know how to do that?
Yeah, I know that. I can do the returns for you, girl. Stop by. I got you.
He wants to send Tylenol to China because he says there's this huge uptick of COVID there, and Tylenol is hard to get. So it was like 4 big bottles of Tylenol. How much do you think it costs for him to ship it?
To China?
Yes.
It could probably be over $1,000.
Well, at the time, it was $300 the long way. Like it would get there in like 2 weeks.
Oh, it's just Tylenol. I didn't know how big the box was. Go ahead.
No, just a small box with 4 bottles of Tylenol in it. $300. And so, the guy said, well, is there any other way? So, me and I try to be helpful.
Oh, here you go, God.
I looked over at the employee. I said, I know I'm cursing right now, but go to DHL. I said, go to DHL or pirate ship. I ship my stuff from home. Like I go on pirate ship. It costs me more than half less off, of what it costs regular post office. So I never ship like that.
Yeah.
UPS is a ripoff. They will rape you. Like, seriously.
Well, I mean, we got a lot of people coming from. I don't know what's going on with FedEx. I don't know. Anyway, I'm in the back, y'all. So I don't know nothing. The only thing, if you got AAA, if you got ARP, if you have any of those, you get a discount. So make sure you let the person know, because sometimes
they don't ask.
Yes, and we ask. Like the lady who runs, she says, "Listen, if these people are nice out here. Most of the people have been coming to us for years. Make sure you ask them for ARP or AAA. Or there's a gang of discounts you can get. The gang of discounts. Well, do you know that Michael Jackson caught his mother kissing Santa Claus under the mistletoe? That's why Joe started cheating. Okay, and on Fuego, it has begun. All right, let's get into this. Whole thing. I'm very proud of a comedian. We have a story about a comedian, but I'm very proud of this one comedian. Shout out to Michael Blackson. We're not gonna start with. I just want to shout out to Michael Blackson, who literally built a school in his home in Ghana. Like literally built the school and showed the post on the building of the school, which is pretty amazing that he's doing that, and he's building more schools, which is pretty dope. Bishop says I send my boxes from Christmas through the post office. Yep. A lot of people still rock with the post office. Shout out to the post office. Okay.
Shout out to this guy. That's all.
Top right has a resting bitch. Who is this motherfucker? See, y'all don't want me to curse.
I don't know, but he might want me because I don't know.
You don't want the smoke.
Who's that? Is that
know.
a new? Oh, that's a new viewer. Well, hi. I mean, rudeness. We can be rude, but we're not supposed to be rude to the squares. Like, what's wrong with you? So arresting. I don't know who that is. 13G. Oh, all right. Well, good morning. Morning, y'all. Mike, Shawnee, and Mo. Sorry, I'm late. I'm super sleepy today. We were worried about you, White Chocolate. Normally, you start the show before we get here. What's going on? What festivities did we have going on last night? But welcome, White Chocolate. Good morning, sweetie. All right, so we'll start the show like this. We'll do one story and then we'll go straight to allegedly. You ever see somebody? You ever see a couple or somebody who I pride myself on not falling for the nonsense. I think all of Hollywood is a circus. I think a lot of the stuff that's coming out right now is scary and everything like that. But normally I don't fall for the bamboos. Like when people get divorced, I don't sit there and go, "Oh my God, I feel so bad." Like my mom's older. She's like, "I feel so bad. I wish they would have worked it out." I don't care because I don't believe that y'all two really did it in the beginning. I'm jaded. I think it's just a propaganda. Me and you can get married and gain a lot of attention, then we're good. Who is talking shit to? We don't know him. We don't know. We don't know this. We don't know if it's a him. We don't even know who it was.
It's
or
this person. Let's see. I mean, not Nikki. It's not
a
Nikki.
It's
them,
not
a
Nikki.
they.
Top right. We don't know who 13G capital O 13 gold.
Let
It's
go.
13 gold.
Let go.
He called us monkeys too.
Is that same person?
The same person.
Was he on the show?
Look at it.
Oh, 13 gold wants
Monkeys.
attention.
Because he's trying to say monkeys.
Oh, he wants attention.
You don't speak monkey, sir, but we not versed in that language.
Right. I don't know where you're
It
from.
might be your dialect. That's not our dialect. And I don't know which part, but we black, and black people have the least amount of hair on them. Monkeys or primates, they have the most amount of hair. And that just doesn't fit us. So you might want to go back to school and learn a few things in your biology class.
And shout out to Shawnee for a fun fact. That's a fun fact right there, ladies and gentlemen. Shawnee gave a fun fact about
we don't have hair on our body like that.
Okay, they better learn the rope. Don Page has spoken. Shawnee has spoken. A fun fact. All right. Well, damn. So, I normally don't feel bad when, not that they're not human beings. I just don't get caught up. I don't get caught up in them. Like my mom was really caught up in that Meghan and Harry thing, and they really caught up in that. And I think it's interesting. But if they were to break up, I wouldn't be crushed. I would just be like, damn, that was a lot of work to just break up. Like,
I would be crushed.
Mike said you should about to go to Turkey. All right, well, I don't know. Okay, so, but I am upset that Master P and Romeo have had a falling out. Yeah. Maybe because I interviewed Master P like 10 times. So I've seen little Romeo go from really little, like 6 years old or 7 years old. Don't waste time on the toxic energy, y'all. There you go, Bishop. Thank you. And I interviewed them a gang of times. So I've seen and I really thought, like, when I watched Master P and Romeo, I really felt some type of way about my parenting. I was like, wow, they seem super close. Like, they seem like they really, like, he's raising his son. He's teaching him the business. He's teaching him how to hustle in America. He's teaching him what it's like. And he went to, if I'm correct me if I'm wrong, he went to USC. He was playing basketball. It was like the success story. Like Master P came from the hood, the hoods that I didn't know nothing about. And I was like, this is dope. And now come to find out there's turmoil in the Master P family, the Miller family, and they going at it on social media. And I'm saddened. I'm saddened by this. So I don't know which one we should go to first. Should we go to Romeo or should we go to Matt? Like who? Like,
well, based on what we have, so it's all started because Romeo put up a post about his dad responding to Twitch dying and making a comment.
Okay, so this is Romeo.
So this is Master P's response. Because the one that Romeo put up first, I can't find nowhere.
Okay, so allegedly.
And come to find out, the whole thing isn't even about Twitch. Like, Romeo wasn't upset about that. He's upset about rap snacks.
Because he's upset about rap snacks.
Shout out to Uncle James and Rap Snacks.
Yeah, why is he upset about rap snacks? Because he ain't got a bag?
Oh, he's saying that he didn't get paid.
Oh, he does have a bag, Romeo. Oh, so Romeo's saying he ain't get paid for his chips.
Yeah, what he's saying is that his dad hasn't paid him like he should, but he treats outsiders better.
Oh.
So is he mad because Master P perceivably makes him work harder and doesn't typically just hand out to him as expected? Or did he not read the contract as he got old? Like, what is it specifically? Is it something tangible, or is it just something that he's decided to fold his arms and pout about?
Well, there's another comment that he said that Master P, my dad, wants to make comments about Twitch, but isn't even worried about or concerned with the fact that I'm depressed, that I'm going through depression.
Yeah, and so P addresses this in this video. And then to answer your question, Mo, Romeo replies back on his Instagram explaining, what his issue is with the dad. So do we want to play Master P?
Yeah, play Master P. But this is. Let me get some tissue. I'm upset. Let me go ahead. Play.
Today is a sad day because I got to get out of character and put this on the internet, which I don't want to do. But I try to call my son. People say, "Why you call?" I did. He don't call back. It's been months. So my question is to Romeo. Like, if you've been in the business for long as you've been in, and you're a 30-something-year-old man, and if you've been around me, watching me hustle and do my thing, why you not where you want to be at? Because that means you're not listening. That means you want to do your own thing. You done brought your own circle of people, but you can't get mad at me because I really thought this was about, the only reason I entertained this on social media, I thought it was about the DJ Twitch post I put up, and I thought it was about my daughter's death. I thought you was grieving. Mental illness is real. But I want to tell all the people out there that just don't understand how bad my heart hurt. Romeo lost a sister, but I lost a daughter. And for any parent that's going through this, because I know debt, it brings people closer together or it tear them apart. But I come from nothing, y'all. And I could go back. I'm cool with it. I won't be angry at God. I won't be upset. I won't go get mad and be disrespectful to my parents and none of that stuff. I just say, Dad, thank you for putting me in this world. Now I can get out and hustle and go do my thing. But that's the problem. When you take kids and you kind of like protect them from the real struggle and the pain, and you don't allow them to deal with their own consequences. And then when they grow older, you never gave me nothing. At 30-something, man, people could go back and look, you've been shining for a long time, son. All you got to do is pick up the phone and call me or come to the house and holler at me. The saddest thing about this is what the people want to see. They want to see destruction. So if you destroy me, what are you going to do for the rest of the family? Are you going to take care? You told me on the post that you put up, you go take care of people in the community. That's what you're supposed to do when you come from nothing. You go help people. I'm just not helping ungrateful people. I'm not an ATM machine. People can't just say they love me when I give them something. I'm tired of that, y'all. And any other parents, you could be rich or poor at a smaller level. You might give your kid $10, but if that's all you got, I've always fell off, got back up, hustled, did my thing. I'm tired of all these blog sites and all this stuff, poking and having fun. Y'all can, but I'm about to go back to work and do what I got to do. I love my family. My door is always open for my son. To be honest, because we shouldn't have to go through this. And if I'm wrong, forgive me. I'm apologizing to you if I'm wrong. I'm still a work in progress. I come from nothing. Everybody go through trauma. I'm dealing with this right now, but I love going out into the community and helping people. That's the way I heal. Allow me to heal. I don't have to be sitting around moaning and crying and all. I can't get my daughter back. But I can get out there and keep a legacy going, keep a name going. So let's do this in love and let's do this in peace. Because this is what the system wants. Think about it. We stronger together. But you older now. So you got to lead by example for the rest of the kids. And we can get through this. I'm just telling y'all, keep y'all prayers. We need it. And God going to do what he got to do. You know, I'm not going to come on here no more. So bloggers and everything else is cool. Whatever you want to deal with Romeo. Whatever y'all think he's saying is true or whatever, that's cool too. I can live with it. I'm at peace now. I had to speak my piece.
Well, it's the age-old thing that parents and children go to. And he's not a child. He's 30. He's 30 something right now. I think I've had this conversation. I've had people ask me, fellow people who I work with, comedians and stuff like that, like, you ever feel like kids just ungrateful? And I'm like, yeah, but I think my parents thought I was ungrateful. It's just, I don't know. I can't Dr. Phil this. I mean, I don't live with Master P. I get what he's saying. Like, I understand what he's saying, but I also understand the dynamic of when you are 30 and your parents and y'all look at the same exact thing, and y'all look at it two different ways. It's just unfortunate, you know, that their communication has obviously gone to, we're just going to talk to each other on social media. So after Master P says that, what is little Romeo's response, Johnny?
So Romeo takes to Instagram and he says, "This was my last straw, Pops. Stop trying to play the victim. I loved you so much that I followed you blindly for 30 plus years. You know we've talked behind closed doors. You aren't the man you paint yourself to be. And why it is war is because I refuse to follow your lead. You only want to protect your image, but the image isn't even real. And I don't need anyone to feel sorry for me, Pops. I'm truly a man of God. If you are really a man of God, then you will prevail in the end, even when I share my truth. I've tried to keep things in house. You're addicted to social media and unfortunately use this app as therapy. 3K plus posts, and then he got an eyeball. And when the world finds out about about the finances outside of a gift or a car, I've never been paid for anything I've accomplished as little Romeo. Uncle C and Silk know. You only pay outsiders rightfully, so they'll speak good on your name. I'm at peace because I can now speak my truth and help others. Mom was always right. Your pride is everything.
Oh man, this is.
I mean, Benzino has spoke on it, and Benzino's asking them like, "Yo, like, please do not let this play out in social media. Please don't do this in public. Y'all go somewhere and just, hash this out." But I think it's a little too late for that, because those little gems that Romeo's dropping, of course, is going to make people dig deeper into what he's talking about.
Yeah.
It's never too late to bring in the troops and be like, okay, that's enough. We're not going to touch this anymore, and we're not going to make this public. Like I just told my grown son the other day, if you don't like me or my rules in my house, feel free to leave. I understand, and I get that. There's no way to know. The dynamics between a parent and a child is that nobody's fully right and nobody's fully wrong most of the time, and everybody has a point. So when you put it out there in social media, it's like, in order for you to do what everybody else does in social media, you're supposed to pick a side. To make it interesting on the show, we're supposed to pick a side. And I know, in my personal experience, even when I think back of things that I've gone through with my parents, there is like, it's so intricate. They both probably have valid points. They're both probably right. Master P probably does think that people are ungrateful on what he's given. He might be right. Romeo might be right on saying that, when it comes to business, you don't treat me like a businessman. You treat everybody else like a business, and I'm just assuming. So everybody else gets their check, but because you're my son and I'm giving you a platform, maybe he doesn't get paid the way everybody gets paid.
We had that conversation here because the girls don't understand that when mama buy all of the product, mama got to get her money back. So yeah, that was a conversation.
Your business, just like if you were.
Yeah, it's like, okay, well then I'm gonna give y'all the money and then y'all buy it.
I mean, and I get it, and I think business-wise that's a good, from a parent, I think that's a good example on training on what life is really going to be like when you're out there trying to be your own boss and trying to be an entrepreneur. Now that can be twisted into something else if later on they get older and then all of a sudden there's the communication ain't there, and then all of a sudden that can be taken a different way.
Yeah, it's gonna come. I told him, I said, when y'all get grown one day, y'all gonna throw up in my face. Well, remember that time we saw that popcorn and you only gave us $20 a piece? Yeah, but the supplies cost $350.
If that's the only thing they throw in your face, you done did a good job, Shawnee. You done did a wonderful job. Is that the only thing that gets? And listen, I don't care what type of perfect parent you are. I don't care what you do. There are a list of screw ups that you took part in because you're human. It's a good thing that just having a father to beef with, I guess. A lot of men don't or have never had that. I miss my pops. And that's facts. Those are facts. Both their asses need to sit down somewhere and talk. But you got to understand something. And I can only talk with the dynamic between a father and a son. There's a point where a son begins to start looking at things not as you're the hero, but starts to dissect what has gone on and starts to break down that this wasn't right, that was right, this wasn't right, this wasn't right. I can't believe you did this. I can't believe that. And it comes to a head. And if y'all don't talk about it and y'all don't get it out now, unfortunately, if your dad is stubborn, you probably got some genes of stubbornness from him. So ain't nothing like two stubborn people decide that they're going to put their stake in the ground and be like, I'm not budging. And when you start bringing stuff up like mom was right, and you start bringing stuff on, I'm going to speak my truth. That's when it's all going to go bad, y'all. That's when it's all going to go bad when the truth needs to be spoken to each other. It doesn't need to be spoken out here to us. Because all we're going to do is take it and run with it, Romeo. That's all we're going to do. We're going to take it and run with it. There are going to be people who are going to come at your dad and people who are going to come at you. There is no solution on social media when it comes to family stuff. What did Bishop say? I'm interested. Let me put Bishop. Weddings, funerals, and family reunions are places for the issues of life feelings to come out. Ooh, timing is everything. Oh, boy. Weddings, funerals. What was it? Weddings, funerals, and what else? Weddings, funeral, and family reunion. Now I blame. What'd you say, Mo?
Add Thanksgiving to that.
And yeah, holidays.
People who've been poked over Thanksgiving turkey.
I want to say alcohol has a lot to do with family reunions and Thanksgivings. Some people don't drink. Some people just wait for the show. Some people wait for that. Hey, you can do 99 rights, but they only remember the one wrong. Okay, so just to flip that, you could do 99 rights as a kid growing up, but the story that will be told is the immense mess up that you did. That'll be the story that's told to other uncles and family members. Can you believe? I remember when this little N-word, and I had to go pick them up, and when we had to go to, don't nobody remember. I mean, that goes with everything. The best story is when you screw up. It ain't when cook dinner for the family. What?
I chose to be very intentional about praising the girls because I was into that. She did. I can't believe she did it. Let me tell you what your little niece did, you know. So I made a conscious decision to always praise them. And they say, why are you always telling everybody everything about us? You don't even know. Like, we might be in the store and they might give the girls a compliment. And I'll be like, yeah. And she's a straight A student and she's going to the Olympics. And then they like, don't say that. But I'd rather do that than put out the bag because I noticed that I was doing that, you know, focusing on what they messed up on.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want them to focus on that.
All right, it is 7:53. Mo, if you got two quick stories, if you want to get into allegedly, we can get into that, and then we'll rock the top of the hour because I know you're struggling with the phone. Hopefully, I don't know what it is about your part of where you live at. I don't know what it is, but your internet service, I don't know, girl. She fighting through it. Go hit the allegedly and give us two stories, girl.
Let's get this mother crawl.
Yo, what's up?
Baby, let's go.
Allegedly. With Sexy Mo. Powered by Media Room 360 TV.
Okay.
I didn't even hear it. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, awesome. So, okay, Mike, I've been telling you about this Tory Lanez and Meg the Stallion. It just gets deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. So, allegedly, my sources are telling me that Tory Lanez may be in trouble, big trouble, for tampering with one of the jurors.
Oh,
so that's a serious allegation. Actually, a blogger who was there covering the trial said that he tried to get in an elevator because they all come in through the same elevator. It's kind of like the same setup as in Philadelphia. the police officers, everybody, they all go on one elevator. They don't have like a separate entrance. So my sources tell me that this blogger tried to get on the elevator, the bodyguard blocked them, but when he looked in, that Tory Lanez was allegedly in there with one of the jurors. So of course he went and tried to snitch and said they asked could he describe the juror, and the person says, hey, the one with the bodysuit on.
The one with what?
And I'm like, the bodysuit on. So I'm like, first and foremost, what jury do you know is wearing bodysuits? I thought they had to come, at least somewhat appropriate.
God forbid I ever have to be in front of a jury. I want one of my jurors to have a bodysuit on. I think that juror would be on my side. I think that one would be on my side.
Maybe she or he, because we don't know if it's she or he. Maybe they put a blazer over it. You know how you can.
That's still inappropriate.
That's not
inappropriate.
I agree. But
whoever it is, wear a shirt and pants, wear a shirt and skirt, whatever, but a bodysuit. I'm surprised they allowed that in the courtroom in the juror box.
If I was that blogger, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was going to say this is significant because if this is found to be true, if they roll back the tapes, because they got cameras and stuff on the elevators and throughout the court, it could come up. Why were you alone and why were you interacting? Because there's nothing to say you can't be on the same elevator. But common sense would say if you see a juror on the elevator, let them go ahead and go up and you take the next one.
First of all, that blogger, you're whack. But that blogger, be very careful, blogger, because you're going to be a star now. So we're going to dig into your blogger life. Now everybody trust me. And if they put you on that stand, you better hope that you got a clear path in your life, because they're gonna if it goes down. First of all, it's gonna be hard to prove where they got the cameras. Who got in with who? Like if the juror got in with him, I don't know what's gonna happen. And if the juror initiated all this, I don't know what's gonna happen. That's gonna be hard to prove. But Mr. or Mrs. Blogger, whoever you are, you could be on. You want to be part of the show? We're gonna make you part of the show now. So be careful. Be careful how fast you want to be part of the festivities. You want to get in on it? Okay. It's like that family member wants to get in on you and your significant other getting into something, and they want to get into it and put they two. You want to know why me and her getting at it? Let me bring up what you've been doing in your relationship. Okay. Come get a piece of this pie. You want some of it? All right, Mr. Blogger or Miss Blogger, whoever they are.
Well, speaking of come and get some of this pie / body, talk about bodyguards and whatnot. Diddy's longtime bodyguard.
He's always talking.
Well, he got diarrhea of the lips right now because he is saying something super salacious and super scandalous in regards to Diddy and Ja Rule. The sources tell me that he is spilling the tea in a recent interview in regards to butt plug toys.
Oh, allegedly. This is alleged. This is the bodyguard been talking for years. The bodyguard got some stories on YouTube that I have you like, that is true.
Wait a minute, say that again.
And Diddy. He's been talking for years. And he was Diddy's longtime bodyguard. It's not just somebody who, is a fly-by-night, came in and did a little security. This is a longtime bodyguard, Gene. And he's essentially saying that there was some butt plug play with Ja Rule and Diddy, allegedly.
Oh, did they just go to the store together? But even that's crazy. If they went to the store together and bought some butt plug. Oh
this is what I want to say, because this is what I want to say about for the whole LBGQ community. I don't know all the letters, so this is not. I'm not trying to offend you. This is why it's so ironic with hip hop, because. And this is why because I know somebody's watching going, so what's the big deal? If Ja Rule and Diddy, why are you guys so old and why are you guys still shocked that two men? The reason why we're shocked is because hip hop was based on homophobia.
Yes.
And everybody was based on homophobic slurs. And everybody was based on we are the masculine of all masculine, and this is the most powerful heterosexual union in the history of the world. We will tell you that we slept with every chick at the club, and we will tell you that we're still sleeping with chicks at the club, and we got it, and there's this and there's that's why we go like, wow, all these years. Now we don't know if this is true.
No,
but it's
the bodyguard is saying that he told him, he warned him, I don't think that it's a good idea for you to pull up on Ja Rule's private suite like that. And Diddy was persistent and did it anyway. And so he says, yeah, he had a bag full of sex toys, butt plug included, allegedly. And that something happened between him and Diddy.
Yeah, okay. This is all alleged, and I hate the fact that
this is all
we have to do this.
This is not the first time. This is not the first time that we've heard that Diddy likes little boys.
Right, yeah.
This is ridiculous. But I will say this, Kim Porter, if this book comes out, allegedly, the reports are that Kim Porter has parts in the book where she talks about, she had to perform certain things on, listen, to each their own, whatever you into. Once again, it's only what?
There's she had to put on a strap on.
And they said one time that allegedly that she cried because she didn't want to do that anymore. And listen, the only reason we're shocked, like I said, is because hip hop was adamant since its inception in the late 70s, 77, 78, adamant that didn't go down. Now I don't care.
In the early 90s, that's all they talked about. Rude boy don't want no boxy boy. Like it was always in somebody's rap. Beanie Man. It was in all of the hip hop raps. They were very, very anti.
And we were ignorant because we sat up there and thought, like, if you just did the numbers of how many gay people we have in just America, not the world, but just America, obviously there are gay men and gay women on basketball teams. There are gay men on football teams. There are gay boxers.
Look how they did DJ. Who was it? DJ Mr. C.
Yeah,
when that came out.
Like it's just a matter of your preference and what you're into. I'm not getting into. Yeah. Trust me, I'm not bringing the Bible up. That's what I'm not doing. But to each their own. So all right, Sexy Mo, thank you. Hopefully tomorrow your internet will be up and we'll have you focused and we can hear you and everything like that. But turn your burner plug phone off and make sure you take the SIM card out so it can't get tracked. I saw that on the movie. Take the SIM card out so you can go wherever you are. Sexy Mo, allegedly, ladies and gentlemen. Sexy Mo, thank you, Mo. Thank you. All right. Top of the hour, y'all. We coming down the final hour, the home stretch of Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends. Jay Black is fighting the flu symptoms. Somebody made a comment. Jay Marie said, hit the top of the hour. Then we'll.
Don't never stop if you want to be on top. Yeah.
Tap in.
Shawnee, Michael, Shawn, and Shawnee. The show is just Michael, Shawn, and Shawnee Scott. That's what it is. Michael, Shawn, and the Takeover Legends is now just Michael and Shawnee. I don't know. God has a funny way of working. God has a funny way of putting things together. I don't know what it is. Now, Jay Marie made a good point before we get into everything else. Jay Marie made a point. She said, on the comments, Jay Black can't do the show because he's fighting symptoms, but yet Shawnee Scott is 100% in the middle of her sick, and she's on the show. Give yourself a round of applause. If you don't clap it up for that girl. Oh, that was Kathy. Kathy said, why is Shawnee feeling a little under the weather? No, she's a lot under the weather, but is at work. But Jay Black got flu symptoms and he can't make it to work. Hashtag strong woman. And you know what you wanted to put in that, Kat? You wanted to put hashtag strong motherfucking woman. That's what you wanted to put in there. Give yourself a round of applause. Go ahead, Shawnee. Clap it up for yourself. Oh, man. We are running down the show. Real quick. Let me talk about the Meghan and Harry thing. that Shawnee's been watching thoroughly ever since she got pissed off at Megan. Was saying it was the first time I got treated like a black woman. And I told Shawnee this last night. When I looked at her and they were just showing her headshots and showing everything of her, if I would have met her, I wouldn't even thought she was. I don't mean you have to be a certain way. I'm saying my assumption.
Right.
If she never would have opened her, no, even if she would open her mouth, I would not have thought, even though that's not what I do. I don't try and figure out if people are black or Hispanic, because there's tons of women that I had no idea were Puerto Rican for years, and then found out. I was like, oh, you've been Puerto Rican? And the same thing goes for me. There are tons of people who go like, you're Puerto Rican? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, I just thought you was a black person. And they said it's just like, I just thought you was a black person. But when I saw it, I was like, man, I could see why Hollywood never gave her the business.
Yeah, she fits right in.
She looks like a character.
Even her circle of friends.
Yeah.
I mean, she friends with Venus. I mean, I'm sorry, Serena. That's one black person I've seen on it other than her mama.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, she did, because I did say, well, I ain't never heard her say she was black. Well, in Harry and Meghan episode 5, she does say that she's African American. So
I don't know how many times I've yelled out I'm Puerto Rican until somebody asked me. I don't know. But anyway, it's interesting because these two, she had the because Shawnee's watched the whole thing. Like, she's watched the episodes. Like, I need to go back and watch those. People don't know I'm black until I open my mouth. Facts, white chocolate. I didn't know you were black till I read your texts and comments on it. Now I'm playing.
I didn't know she was black even when she opened her mouth. That's why I had to ask, well, are you? Nikki's mixed.
But with this Meghan and Harry thing, she said there was a point where her friends were like, is this really worth it, going through what you're going through with this family or whatever? And I was like, yeah, I had to think about that. I had to think about, you really got to be into somebody, because there's the one scene, I don't know what the word is, but she wasn't planned to meet his grandmother, the queen. It wasn't a plan. She was just in the car, what they said, with Harry. And Harry just popped it on her. You're about to meet my grandmother. She thought he was playing, but he wasn't playing. And then he said, do you know how to, is this
curtsy.
thing that, what's it called? Curtsy. Do you know how to curtsy? And she was like, what? So she went and she had to curtsy and say something, glad to meet you, your majesty. Oh, I couldn't call another human being your majesty, y'all. I couldn't call somebody your majesty. I couldn't. I like me doing and God bless her, because she did it, because they love each other. I can't call somebody your majesty.
But if you met the queen,
she's not my queen.
No, if you met the queen and that's their protocol there, if you were doing a comedy show over there, you telling me you wouldn't follow protocol? Would you just go walk in there and say, what's up? You would just want to do the show?
God, it depends on how bad I need. If I don't need the money, I'm not doing the show. I can't call. There's something in me.
Need the money.
If I need the money, then that's because I got to sell my soul. But that's not what I'd want to do.
Like, if selling your soul just because you follow their custom.
I can't call somebody who I know's family has dealt with the most vicious racism in the world. Like, if I'm good, I'm like, first of all, the way, if I met the queen, I'm gonna give her a head nod. I gave her credit. First of all, the fact we would have been fighting even if I was in the car and somebody just said, oh, yo, you about to be my mom. What? Like, you need to tell somebody before you get in the car. that we gonna do. You're not gonna sneak this up unless it's by coincidence where something just happens, where a parent just shows up, but you didn't know they were gonna show up. And you go, oh my God, this is my mom or this is my dad. You're gonna meet my mom, but you're gonna have me. You just gonna casually be like, we gonna meet my grandmother, and she's the Queen of England. That would have been you. I could tell she not 100% black because that would have been an argument in the car right there. That
be an argument. We going to my grandma's house.
No, you got to tell me before we going to meet somebody. You don't just tell me casually.
I didn't tell you one time we had to go to my mom's house. I picked you up. I said, all right, we got to go by my mom's house.
But we ain't make no announcement. What you smoking, Mike? Oh, just a vape. We ain't make no announcement. I think it's a bit different to go meet the queen. I think if my dad was Obama, I think if I just popped you in the car.
Okay. But for Harry, this is his grandma.
No.
This is his grandma. This is family. See, because we look at it differently on the outside, but that's just his family. If you watch the whole thing, then you see how he goes through everyday life. He go through everyday life.
But there's the same family that he knew he had beef with. This is the same family that he's had beef with for years, way before he met her.
Yeah, but it's still his family.
No, but you're bringing her into this without warning. When you've told her how you feel about these people, and she's probably picked a side and be like, yo, that's horrible that they would do that. And that's horrible that they would do this. And then you just go like, what's the word that she had to do?
Curtsy.
And you got to curtsy. You got to perform in front of somebody like they better than you. You got to bow down to somebody. Trust, I'm not bowing down to a parent. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You got to tell somebody before we get in this situation. If you know, I'm like, if I got to bow down and
well, to him,
Your Majesty.
Like if you watch the whole thing, you see. So to him, you got to remember, this is how he's lived. And like we live like Americans. So that was a struggle for them because some of that stuff that she does, he like, he be looking at her like Americans crazy. So that's normal for him. That's not something that he's sitting there thinking like, okay, he's lived this, so people know how to curtsy.
But you have to have some type of courtesy to bring somebody into the ultimate situation and tell them before you get in the car. Oh, she was ready. That black side, stay ready. You got to let somebody know. Like if I know my mom is a piece of work, like which she's not, she's easy. But if I know my mom's a piece of work, like I know my mom's a piece of work, I'm not just skating you over there. And just, especially if I know my mom is the type that's going to come at your neck for the minute you meet her. If you don't do things correct, like if she didn't curtsy correctly, she was going to catch hell. That's all I'm saying. But I like the fact and then too that the people that she really admitted that people were like, is this worth it? Especially because she did have a career. She does have a career. I don't know what she's doing now with the career, but she did have a career. I remember I never watched that show that she was on, but I remember the show being on. I didn't watch it. I didn't even know that she did those roles. Good morning, Tam Tam. But it's an interesting because they live in Canada now, don't they?
I don't know where they live.
I think they live in Canada now. And when he left, I do know this, when he left, they even dropped the security on him, which is kind of crazy that you were like, we don't even care if somebody runs up on you. They dropped this. When I met my husband's mom for the first time, didn't know I was fixing to meet her. Man, don't sneak that up. I mean, I think that's like meeting Joe Jackson for the first time. Like you gotta warn. Like you can't just bring you in. But I enjoyed the show. I thought it was well done. I like the fact that like you said, I think that's a good point. How normal you forget people are. You really do forget people are just normal people. Yeah. You really do forget. Like you really do forget that people are walking around with bonnets on and dudes are just walking around in their boxer shorts, and you really do forget. But it's a good
watch the whole thing from the beginning, and then it'll make a little bit more sense.
Yeah, I mean,
you don't feel how I feel about her comment, though.
Listen, I can't.
But, I mean, I got respect for her because it was a lot for her, but I think it's even more for him.
Is it more for him?
Yeah, because he lost his whole family. She lost her father and, some things through this, but he has lost his whole family.
But I don't, when they were in England, it was more for her because they was torturing her. Like, and we think media in America is vicious. We ain't got nothing.
Well,
on them. They go for the throat and they go for every. I warned him before he met my folks. Oh, okay, good. You warned him before you met the folks. That's good. Give the warning.
But that's part of it. When you go into the royal family, that's their job, to be the spectacle, because they get paid by the taxpayers. And that is what's supposed to happen. If you are part of the royal family, then you are the storyline for those people.
Yeah, but it doesn't give the media the right to do what they do. It doesn't give the media the right to actually lie on people. It doesn't give the media the right to be racist. It doesn't give the media right. Over there, they are crucially disgusting on how they go. And we ain't no better. No, we are better, but we still bad.
I mean, well, it helped me understand better where like all this need to be elite it comes from. That's them from over there. Like, because I look at things a little differently. I don't take everything just for face value when I'm watching it. And to watch something like this, it gives us history on how this whole thing, this whole institution came about and why.
This whole violent institution, on how this institution went to India and robbed them of everything.
And so if they did a story on a Black king and queen from a country in Africa, I'd be interested to see how that institution started, because we know what this one is now. But
yeah, I mean,
curious to see that, for somebody to do a story like this on a king and queen from a country in Africa.
Yeah, and the fact that
Black king and queen. Let me say like that, Black.
I'm not really into kings and queens either, but hey, I mean, it is what it is. It's a good show. It's a good show, Sky. Personally, I, as his woman, don't give a F about the in-laws. Okay, Sky, she putting some personal stuff out there. She using this as a punching bag. I'm in a relationship with him, not them. We get along cool. If not, F them. Okay.
And speaking of Sky's episode came out on and I'm sorry, Sky, I can't remember the name of the show. Hip Hop Murders. That was on
Homicides.
Hip Hop Homicide. So her episode dropped last Thursday.
What was her episode? Where Hip Hop Homicides? I always see Envy and Van Lathan go on after the show goes off. What channel is that on? What network is that on? Or is it streaming? You don't know? My bad, Sean.
No, it's streaming. I just can't remember what network. I think it's on I don't know. Sky, tell us what it's streaming on.
Sky. Shawty tried to be nice. Come on, Sky.
I don't know, because I wanted to watch her episode and she tried to send it to me, but the one that she sent to me is locked. So like only she can see that. They ain't letting me see it. So I gotta go find it. But she talks about, well, she's a publicist and a PR rep she's been there for over 20 years for a lot of these hip hop artists that you know. And that you listen to. And so this episode
Wing TV, thank you, Afro Queen,
was with Mo3, because she's well, I don't want to say where she is, but she helped Mo3, Yellow Beezy, Trap Boy Freddy get their career started. And she did a whole bunch of work for them. So she was interviewed, and this episode included a lot about her background and things that she's done for these people that have been murdered. So I got to check it out.
And congratulations, Scott. I mean, I don't know if I should congratulate you because of the circumstances that you got put on, but congratulations on all the work you did with rappers in the Dallas area. I just last Thursday, Hip Hop Homicide, we talk, and All Black. It's the Mo3 with Van Lathan and Moni Scott and 50 Cent. And I just, and please, Sky, applaud everything you've done. I don't think people understand when we have no other genre of music there's no country music homicide show. Like I'll leave it alone. Anyway, I just don't understand. We don't see that there's a deep problem in our music. There's a deep problem. Like we can literally have, do you know how many episodes of hip hop homicides we could literally have?
A lot more than what they're doing.
We could have 100 off the door. We like, it's just, I mean, I get it. And trust me, if they want to interview me if I was part of this, I'd do the interview. I'm the Scott. Congratulations, because I think it's dope of all the work you did with all these rappers. Hip hop in general just has a innate deep problem, and nobody wants to actually say it because we like it. Yeah, nobody wants to say it. Like yes, hip hop has made people and gotten them out the hood, but the influence. And if Jay Black was here, he'd be like, hip hop doesn't influence anybody. Stop lying. If it didn't,
does it really get them out of the hood?
Yeah,
because it gets them more money, but does it get them out of the hood? That's the thing. They go back to the hood, which there's nothing wrong with being in the hood. But if you have that, then add to it and let's build the community up. But when your mentality doesn't change and you have all this money, I mean, what have we really accomplished?
And Yams, who's Jay Black said you were a police officer. Yes, he's a police officer in a major city. He says, I told y'all, we only care when white people or the cops do it. That's when Black Lives Matter. Listen, we hate when white people say that, because we know white people say it simply to deflect from the problem. But we do know this is true. Let's just whisper to each other. We do know this is true. I am an international publicist. I have worked with everyone. Takeoff, Mo3, Snotty Wild, Nipsey, Roy Lee, rest in peace, Roy Lee. Dolph, I've been to way too many funerals. And you know the unfortunate thing is, and I don't want to, but this is the truth. We know there's going to be another one.
Yeah, of course.
We know it. So there has to be something, but we won't change it. It won't, because that's not right now. We've made it that I have to tell you how I can make murder happen for it to be popping, or having sex happen in order for it to be popping. But I'm not gonna get it because listen, man, y'all like it, y'all good. I told y'all a while ago I tapped out. Like every once in a while, I'll listen to an artist because I think they're different. Like the last one that I downloaded was Kendrick's last album. That's simply because Kendrick is art. Everything else is just repetitive of the same, not everything else. The majority of stuff that gets pushed to us is the same shit. The majority of stuff that gets pushed to when I listen to the stuff that rappers are talking about, that my kids listen to, I realize it's the same stuff that they were saying when I was focused on it. It's just that nothing's evolved. Hell, didn't our rapper just get killed down in Houston over the weekend? Probably, Don Page.
I don't know.
Probably. But speaking of killing, OJ Simpson was on a podcast. Oh, you do comedy, Scott? Okay. Go ahead. Go do that. Come join us. Come join us in the journey of being judged every time you get on stage. No, I'm just playing. Go rock out. Make that happen.
He's pretty funny, too. I've watched one of their shows. And she was in L.A.
Oh, congratulations. Keep doing your thing. Keep walking. OJ Simpson was on a podcast, and he confronted a few questions that we've taken some of the allegedly out of it, and we just been like, yeah, he's Khloe's dad. But he addressed some of it because I already took it. I'm like, allegedly. How about this? Allegedly, I believe OJ's Khloe's dad. How about that? Allegedly, I believe that. Oh man, when you can talk, Jesus, let me tell you something. Selling a house or a townhouse is the most irritating shit in the entire world. Go ahead, play the OJ thing. No segue.
Okay, here we go.
I always thought Chris was a cute girl. She was really nice, but I was dating.
You know the
supermodels.
You know the rumor. You know the rumor.
But the rumor ain't true. It's not even nowhere close to being true.
Some people think like you might be Khloe Kardashian's real dad.
No, I'm not.
Because like Kim's like 5'5", Courtney's like 5'3", and then Khloe's like
I've
6'2".
seen the family say something about a cook or something, but I don't know.
About a cook? OJ, you ain't shit. How you just gonna throw that up there? I need the booze. They cool. It comes with the stage. No doubt, Sky. Damn, OJ looks casket ready. Listen, man. OJ just said, I heard something about a cook. Was that all he talked about? Did he talk about the murderers? Because he always seems to. I tell you what, I give OJ this. When you talk about sticking to something, when you talk about sticking to your story forever and ever, this man is the blueprint on how you stick to a story when nobody believes you, but you keep going.
Are you upset that the killer of Ron and Nicole was never found?
Right now, I'm not going to discuss any of that. All right? Yeah, I think that's a pretty obvious question, but I'm not getting in that. I'm not going there.
You don't think that they're still out there?
I'm not going there.
Is that the greatest? I shouldn't say great in a positive way. Is that our like the one thing that people still, even though people believe that OJ did it, right? They believe it. But don't you want to know, Shawnee? Aren't you still curious on if you could put?
I think we should have Yams on so we can talk about this conversation he had with Kato.
When we flew to Vegas a long time ago. Wow, we talked. I wonder what Kato said. Maybe we need to have you on here. We have had you on here before. Maybe we need to have you on here, and we need to have your conversation you and DJ Touchtone from Philadelphia had with Kato Caitlin. I just remember him being Kato.
Kato Caitlin, yeah.
Kato Caitlin, who was the sleepover person who stayed at OJ's house. I'm just glad he got off. Sky's still riding with it. What does everybody say? Everybody says this is our famous thing in our culture. I don't think he did it, but I think he know who did it. Everybody says I don't think he did it.
He know what happened.
But he know what happened. Who was involved in getting rid of the clothes? The clothes. They never found the clothes.
His clothes?
Then they never found the clothes that were used during the murder, right? They only found shoe prints of shoes that he had, that he owned.
But okay, so how could they find clothes if he wasn't a part of the murder?
Because he went to Didn't he go to Chicago right after the murder? He
No.
flew to Chicago. He flew to
He didn't
Chicago.
fly to Chicago.
He did. He did fly out. Yes, he did. He did. Yes, they came to get him from the house. And he caught a flight afterwards. So if you review those facts.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch the OJ story. I thought that he was.
If you review those facts, no, he caught a flight that night. And I want to say it was to Chicago. They never found the clothes. But they did match his shoe print to a shoe that he claimed, and I saw the interrogation, that he didn't own. And he called them ugly. And they proved that you own a pair of these shoes. Oh, I don't know what it is. I feel ultimately bad for the family of the two people who were killed, because we really don't focus. We just want to know, tell us what happened. Somebody knows what happened, man. So where and OJ just, Hey, I think in the top 3 stories that has ever happened, it has to be in the top 5 stories ever. I can't even think of stories that beat that. That beat OJ, the murder trial. That shit went viral without the internet.
Yeah.
That's all we talked about.
Yeah.
People got into actual verbal, like serious, almost coming to blows at my job when I used to work in the stock room. I remember people almost getting into fights over the OJ trial. That OJ verdict was so disrespectful on how we handled it in the country.
Yes, because I was in college. And me and my best friend, she was mixed. Her dad was white, her mom was black.
Oh, damn.
And when they announced it, I was happy. She was mad.
Why were we so happy? Somebody did say the reason why we were happy is that somebody finally beat the LAPD, and even if they did it, we ain't care. We just wanted some type of redemption after Rodney King, because Rodney King was disrespectful.
Yeah.
That was another one. That was a disrespect. But I can't remember a time where people, you know what? I can't remember a time, but I can. OJ trial was the original Donald Trump running for election when people showed what side they were on and didn't care what you thought about them. Like, it was the original Donald Trump election. Because when I tell you in my job, how old was I? I was in my 20s. And I remember us literally cheering like our team just scored the winning touchdown. Like, literally, we walked back to work. Like, the whole office took off. Everybody stopped working. Jay Marie, girls, the same with these doubles. I couldn't believe that the whole job, and the job I worked at had about what? 200 employees in this building, and every single person, everybody who worked the shipping and stock room sat by a TV, and people on the floor, everybody that was on the floor stopped, and they had a TV on the floor, and it was an assembly floor where everybody had a part they had to do. It was just like the sweatshop, but it had nice air conditioning and a break room and everything like that. And everybody took off just to see the verdict, and people took sides, and the people who were on, it was mostly, we were on OJ's side, and, white people were like, he has to go to jail, and people went back to work pissed off. Nothing got done that day after that verdict. And we was really talking like we got off.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. OJ Simpson still giving out. All right, just to lighten things up, Michael Blackson, comedian Michael Blackson, who I talked to, who I came up with, I didn't talk to. Shout out to Michael Blackson for opening building a school over there in Ghana, which is amazing that he's put his money and done that. But he was a Karen. Michael Blackson was a Karen. He's such an ass. He was a Karen in the airport, and I've seen this happen at the airport, and maybe I should have done this when I saw it happen at the airport. This is Michael Blackson portraying a Karen at whatever airport he was at.
This dog just took a whole shit in the airport, okay? This is an airport. Don't hide your face, lady. Your dog just took a whole shit in the airport. This is some bullshit. Her dog took a shit, now she's running away from her responsibilities. Don't run from your responsibilities. Your dog took a whole doo-doo at the Detroit terminal. The dog took a shit over there, sir. Dog, you ain't shit. You a shitting ass dog. Hope you know that. Dog shit in the airport.
Everyone at my school cried but me. Scott, I walked through the halls as ghetto as could, screaming, I told y'all crackers, I failed that semester. Yeah, that was a little much, Scott. That was a little much. That was a little much. So have you, this dog things at the airport, Michael Blackson's ridiculous. How you going to let the dog poop in the airport and you're not going to clean it up?
Maybe she didn't have nothing to clean it up with, so that's why she was going to get somebody.
She went to get somebody to clean it up?
Well, she went over to talk to that person that she was talking to was somebody that worked there.
I would have just been like this. I would have given her this. Well, go clean it up. That ain't my dog. They got fake.
She needed that, but I mean, she should have something on her so she can clean up behind her fur baby.
You gotta have something in certain airports. You know, they got fake grass. They got the AstroTurf or whatever, so the dogs can poop.
Parks. Yeah, they got dog parks in the airport now. Yep.
I'm not. Listen, you have to at least, if somebody's feeling like, yo, I'm gonna clean it up. Just I'm just not gonna run off and ask somebody else to clean up the poop. Was she black too? Was the girl black?
I don't know, but I know the last time I was on a plane, a lady had her dog in a little carrier, and when she unzipped it so the dog could stick its head out. And I don't know. I fell asleep. When I woke up, I know it was a black man that was sitting in front of me was gone. And the dog was looking at me through the seat.
Listen, man. What do they call when they bring the animals on? What are they called? What type of animals are they called?
Animals.
They're what?
Service animals.
Service animals?
Yeah, but I don't know if she had one of them little toy dogs. So maybe it was for her anxiety. I don't know. But if I'm flying with my dog, I'm not getting ready to let my dog out. I mean, this would kill me with people, and I love dogs. But when you get on something like that, what if I got allergies? You don't know who you sitting next to.
Yeah, I don't get that.
So now I got to be sick because you can't calm yourself down on the plane. Well, then don't fly. Drive where you need to go. Because you going to make, what if I got severe allergies and you got this dog here and it make my eyes and face blow all up?
I don't know what you do. Because Kathy Black says, when you travel with your animals, you're supposed to carry trash bags and wipes to pick up the dog waste. That's right, Kathy. Let them know. Let them know, girl. Supposed to have it on deck.
The same way you would if you have a baby. You have wipes and a baby bag.
Bam. Since this is a human, right? Because y'all be treating these animals like humans. Y'all say they're humans.
Yeah, but you don't know. I might have allergies. Anything could happen. I might be allergic to dogs.
So what happened? Because I remember being on an airplane and I asked for the peanut M&Ms and the flight attendant said I couldn't have peanut M&Ms because somebody was allergic to peanut M&Ms. And I was like, I was in my different mode and I was a different person. And I was like, well, she's not going to eat none of my peanut M&Ms. I was like, why can't I have peanut M&Ms? Because she's allergic to them. I'm not feeding her the peanut M&Ms. And they said, if they're around the peanut M&Ms, it can cause a reaction.
Sometimes, yeah, if their allergies are that severe. So that's what gets me with the dog. It's like, why can these people bring these animals on the plane? And I mean, I flew with my dog before. I had a dog and I had to fly my dog from Dallas to Phoenix. But my dog stayed in the kennel.
What kennel? Where you put your dog at?
A little kennel that I could sit him in my lap because he was still a baby. He was still a puppy. So he wasn't big. It was my Rottweiler. He wasn't big yet. So he was a baby. Yeah.
Damn right. Look, you ain't give a damn about nobody's allergies when you took your dog on there.
Well, honestly, I thought they were going to put him in the bottom of the plane.
Oh.
Because they used to put the dogs down there.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, that's got to be hard on a dog to be in there, boy.
So, but now it's different. They say they won't, that, you can't put your dog down there. Because I didn't want him bothering nobody. Which he was a puppy, so he wasn't really doing nothing, but.
Yeah, now it's commonplace. I see people, most flights that I go on, I see people, somebody got a little dog. But you got to know, you can't have that yapping dog. The dog that's going to yap, you got to get that dog some Benadryl or something to put that dog to sleep. Like, some got to make him groggy or her groggy. Because you can't ain't nothing worse than sitting next to somebody yapping. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. And I've been on a plane with little babies. I ain't going to lie. Let me tell you, the invention of earbuds. Earbuds are the most amazing thing ever. Because it seems like every flight that I get on, I'm next to a mother with a child that is teething. It don't. I don't know how I get the seat, I feel like I bought the ticket and I said, please put me next to the baby that is teething, and the mother is a young mother and don't know what the hell she's doing and doesn't have anything to put on them gums because that baby is going. I sat next to a baby and I had my earbuds on, and thank God for alcohol at that point, even though alcohol turned its back on me and turned into a curse. Don Pay said too many dogs were dying that way. Of course they were dying. I don't trust them people with my luggage. I'm going to trust them with a dog. You know they threw that dog in there. Kathy Black, now you must have a soft animal kennel, and they must be able to fit under the seat in front of you. Dogs were dying underneath the plane, so they stopped. Yes, of course they were dying. But I sat next to this one child, and this child was screaming. I mean, this child was the screaming at the top of the lungs. And the reason why I couldn't get mad at the mom is because I felt so bad for the mom because she was doing everything she could. And you could tell, like, she almost wanted to cry because I'm telling you, the front of the plane, everybody was like, yo, that baby had the high-pitched yell. And this lady, I don't know who this lady was, and I don't know if she was all there. I don't know. But it got so desperate, and this is not funny. This is real. She started singing to the baby. She was older, and she started singing. And the baby would stop a little bit, right? And she would stop. And then she would stop because who's going to sing for damn 2.5, 3 hours? Ain't nobody going to sing that damn long, right? Ain't nobody going to sing for 2.5, 3 hours. But the baby started crying again. And the lady started singing. I don't know what it was. Like, twinkle, twinkle, little star. I don't know all the words to any of the. And the baby would calm down. Then the baby would start crying again. And the lady would start singing. I swear on everything I love. When the lady started singing, like 2 other people started singing because they were like, we got to shut this baby up. And 2 other people started singing, twinkle, twinkle, little star. By the time it got done, I was singing along with this woman. We were all singing to keep this baby quiet. Like, there were like 10 people singing, and then we all gave ourselves a round of applause, and that baby would stop crying, and once we stopped singing, we'd go to a high-pitched voice. Man, listen, I don't know how y'all women do it. We sang to this baby. We lullabied this baby. Dog airfare was $150 round trip, but I don't know what it is now. I leave my dogs home with family members. Facts. I've already told people, damn, she's still promoting Hip Hop Homicide. Go to YouTube and put in Hip Hop Homicide.
I think it's a private video, though, Sky. It's a private video. You can't get to it.
You got to make it open to the public, Sky. You got to make it open to the public.
They open it.
Oh man. So yeah, that was it. Before we get out of here, we got to play the comedian. We had talked. There's no segues. We're trying to get through these stories. I'm sorry, because it's just me and Shawnee, and Shawnee's under the weather. So it's really just me. The girl's struggling. The girl's hanging in there. Like, she's hanging in there. She's congested. Her chest, her throat hurts. She's not doing well. So it's me. It's me running my mouth right now. So listen, we had a long conversation about parenting, about beating, about whipping, about is it right? Is it wrong? Is it stuff that should happen? I'm against putting hands on children. That's just me. I'm not saying I'm the ultimate judge on this. I'm not saying I'm a great parent. I'm just saying it shouldn't happen. And when I did slip up, it wasn't a good thing. It wasn't a good thing when I did slip up. So I say it's not good. But this comedian has a little bit. How long is the bit?
It's 4 minutes.
It's 4 minutes.
So we got to get through all, because the way he tells the story. So I was like, I can't cut it up.
Okay.
Story. Yeah.
Good. So it's 4 minutes. So I want y'all to watch this, and then we're going to discuss. Number 1, it's hilarious. Number 2, it's so factual and true. It's unbelievable. So coming to the stage, you may have seen him on so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so. I don't know this gentleman, but obviously he's doing his thing. Okay. So give it up for the comedian talking about grandma.
Yeah. The first person that ever called me a nigga was my grandmother. Yeah, I'll never forget. I was 7 years old. She called me from all the way across her big-ass slave plantation of a house. Right? And something y'all need to understand about being a child in the 80s is one, like when your parents called you from across the house, you had to go see what they wanted. You couldn't yell back. Right? You couldn't be, Brian, you can be like, what? That'll get you fucked up. Right? And the second thing is, home video games was new, and there wasn't no saves, nigga, so, and grandma didn't give a fuck. How long you was playing Mario Brothers, how far you got, how difficult it was. Get your ass up here, right? So she called me from across the house. I passed the sticks. And all she wanted was for me to open the window that she was sitting right beside, right? Straight power play. Right? And I know I didn't say it out loud, but she heard lazy bitch or whatever, right? She lost her fucking mind, son. All of a sudden, no arthritis. She hopped up out of this chair. She doubled in size like an anime villain, right? And I'll never forget this moment. It's burned into my brain. She goes, nigga, it's about to be some smoke in the motherfucking city. Yeah. And something else you need to understand is that all older black women, they have a glossary of threats that are also riddles. They serve two purposes. One is to confuse the opponent. And the second is to make you sound crazy if you call Child Protective Services. But I'm 7. I don't know riddles. So I just have this look of confusion on my face. I'm confused. But something else I didn't know because I was 7 is that the look of confusion is the same look as fuck you trying to do, bitch? And that's how she interpreted it, you know, as a direct challenge. She grabbed me under my armpit, hit me with a vicious knee, boom. Did a perfect hip toss. Threw me into the opposite wall. I fucking landed upside down on my head. Now, by this time, all the other kids she was babysitting in the house, they gathered around. Nieces, nephews, neighbors, kids, grandbabies. We like to see each other get fucked up back then, right? She wanted to set an example. She goes, now, what did you learn, little nigga? And I know what she wanted. She wanted me to be like, don't ever talk back to you or call you. That's her name, yeah. Right? That's what she wanted. And if it was any other day, I would have gave her that. But it was something deep down in me that day. It was like, today we fight back. And she goes, now what did you learn, little nigga? And I was like, well, you had the energy to throw me across the kitchen. You could have just got up and opened the window. Cynthia. I was in the hospital for 2 days. And on the 3rd day, I was in foster care.
Now, being a comedian for over 20 years, I'm going to assume that this is a true story that he may have embellished. He may have embellished. But this has happened. This has happened in my life. Do I think he wound up in foster care? Who knows? I don't know. I don't know. But everybody laughs. Everybody laughs at everybody. But Kevin Hart had a special laugh at my pain. He had one of the specials that set Kevin Hart on the road to who Kevin Hart is now. Laugh at my pain. And Kevin Hart has jokes about his dad, has jokes about his family, has jokes about, and if you read his book, he goes deeper into the situation with his dad. So obviously, I got jokes about getting kicked out the house. This comes from a source of pain. Why do we not review back to grandmothers and parents doing shit like this? And why do we look at it so fondly as if it helped create this great person? Like, I don't get it. Because if I hear one more person on this show leave a comment, I got beat when I was a kid and I'm fine. Prove it. We don't know your life. We don't know if you're really fine. You don't know how that affected you. You don't know what it did. Throwing a 7-year-old across a kitchen accomplished what? But
in that case, nothing really, because he was still a smart mouth. It ain't changed nothing for him.
I don't understand it. Like, I don't. Like, we tell these stories, and everybody, because we're comedians, nobody ever looks at the story and goes, "Man, that was kind of fucked up." Like, when comedians tell stories about going to a tree to get a branch, to get their lashes, and it's funny because the comedian turns something that is normally dark, we turn it into funny. So y'all can laugh. So y'all can be like, this is funny.
Yeah,
but the essential part of this joke is that the boy or the girl was sent out to go take a branch off a tree to take the whipping of life that leaves whelps and all types of shit. Like, I don't get as human beings why we think this makes sense.
Well, you don't want them to go pick it.
You don't want them to go pick it. I told y'all, my mom used to punch me and my brother, who's a comedian, by the way, and tell us now, wait until your father comes home. He'd come home and she'd punch him too. Like, listen, I don't understand. I don't get the whole.
I don't know his name yet. I don't know what his name is.
Just call him Jay. It's Jay's cousin. He's not a comedian. He's a
he said, who's the
who's a comedian? We got to get his name, because obviously he did a special. So obviously he's working. He's doing his thing, because obviously he did some type of special, was part of a special or something like that. But he's funny. He's definitely funny. What?
Yeah, it's about to be some smoke in the city. And yes, they say all that stuff to us, and now I say it to my kids. Some smoke in the city. And my kids do that when I say stuff to them. They be like, huh? What that mean?
And I want to tell y'all something.
You don't know what that means? And they like,
smoke in the city, huh? What smoke? Why is there gonna be smoke in the
how
city?
do you get in? You know, and they'll say, well, how is there gonna be smoke in the city? Do you have a smoke machine or something? And then I take that as them being disrespectful. Why are you asking me something like that? You ain't got no mind.
Did you have your toughest crowd? I'll tell you where I had my toughest crowd in a second. It was I had some tough crowds, but But I feel bad for Shawnee's kids, not because she's not a great mom. She's a great mom. Shawnee will say some phrases that I don't even get. Like, I'm like, what? I'm like, what? Like Shawnee has said some stuff that literally I've been like sometimes I let it go. Sometimes I'll just let it go and be like, yeah, for real. That's crazy. And sometimes I literally have to say, Shawnee, what the fuck does that mean? Like, what does that mean? And she's like, you ain't never heard that? You ain't never heard that?
Your people ain't never said that.
Your people ain't never said that. I'm like, nobody has ever said that in my life, Shawnee. So I know your kids be confused.
So they be looking like, what? That's the first time I said, you know what? Y'all don't believe fat meat is greasy.
Fat meat, y'all don't believe. She said, my kids over here, they don't believe fat meat is greasy. And in my mind, I was like, well, doesn't it depend who cooked it? Like, I was like, what?
They was like, is meat fat?
Why would you?
They asked so many questions. The first time I said it to them, I'm like, okay, well, you gonna learn today. You gonna know if it's greasy or not today.
They don't believe fat meat is greasy. And then I got it. I was like, oh, they don't believe that. Roll your eyes again, and I'm gonna take them out your head and show you how to roll them. So no, you're not. You can't make my eyes roll. I'm like, what?
I said that to the girl. I said that to Carly because she bad for that, and she said, no. I said it to Carly, and Tamron said, "Well, Mom, how you gonna get her eyes?" Like, shut up, shit.
She said, dictionary.com, word of the year was mom. Oh, word of the year was mom. Let me tell you something. She said, now mind y'all, I don't know how many days sober I am, but it's a lot. So I drank a lot. So Shawnee, we were at their friend's house. I think it was Action.
Yeah, we were at Actions.
Now I had a few sips, but I remember the entire thing. Like no, but I was good. Me and Action went to the driving range. I mean, I was feeling it, but I was like, we went to the driving range. We was watching football. We was having a conversation about this. She said, yeah, you was over there. You peed the tree. You was peeing the tree over there. And I was like,
tree.
Doing what?
Pissing on your tree. You was
pissing on your tree over there. And I said, oh, shit, I peed in a lawn. I said, why didn't I just use their bathroom? I remember going in their bathroom because it has two connecting things. Like it has two.
Jack and Jill doors, yeah.
I said, what the? I peed the tree. So I was going to let that go too. I was going to let it just happen. I'm going to let this go because I don't feel like dealing with no more embarrassing moments or what I did. I said, I'm going to let it go. And then she said it again. I was like, fuck this. I said, Sonny, are you telling me I really peed the tree in a lawn? Like, why? Like, I would have remembered. She was like, nah, you was just trying to show me affection. You was trying to tell me, because Shawnee don't act like she be showing nobody affection. You was trying to show you was.
Yeah, you was pissing on your tree.
You was pissing
on your territory. Dogs do that.
My God, I understand it, but I ain't know we was gonna be that damn graphic on how. You could have just said you was over there showing me all types of affection. You must have been drinking. You was showing me all types of affection. No, you was pissing on your tree. On my tree.
On the tree.
No, I can't. So I know your kids. When we have Jay Black on the show, we're going to play that again. I don't understand why older people think this is cute. Like, you know what I don't understand? I don't understand why. Like, I remember having to change the channel from the other room. Like, I remember having to come in the room when we didn't have remote controls.
Right,
Yes, marking your territory. I thought I had done another embarrassing moment in my drunken stupors. I was like, what? Don't play with me. Because one day you're going to understand the fat meat is greasy. You're going to understand the fat meat is greasy.
Oh, Lord.
Yes, you are.
So you understand what I mean when I say they don't know their ass from a hole in the ground.
Now I get that one. I got that one made it to the north. That one made it to the north. That one during the Underground Railroad, that one made it. That one actually seeped out and made it to us out here. Good show. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful day, Don Page. And when Jay Black gets back, we're gonna play it. We're gonna play that again because I don't understand why parents used to do. They used to do some real disrespectful shit just to show how powerful they were and how much pull they had in the house. Like listen, let me tell you how. Let me. First of all, tomorrow let me write this down. I'm gonna write this down right now. Wednesday show. Wednesday. 40 and over. Stop saying how good our generation was. Stop saying how good our generation was. And I'm gonna remind y'all on how effed up our generation really is.
But who's
40
better?
and over.
Who's better?
Nobody's better. Everything that is being done now was conceived by us. And then the generation before created all we did was make the car faster. That's all we did. We create. So tomorrow I'm going to have a whole thing on y'all, all y'all over 40, including me, who literally brag about how good our generation is. Our generation is dead. Yeah. Y'all all forget. But I'm gonna remind y'all tomorrow. I'm going to remind everybody over 40 how screwed up we really were. Because we forgot. But you know who remembers? Our parents remember how fucked up we were. We just don't want to hear from them because they older now. They remember. They remember what they had to deal with us. Oh, they get it. They remember.
I think we should have our moms on the show one day and let them talk about it.
And with that, we will close out the show because what we not doing, you're not getting my mom on here. No, you're not.
Why not?
We don't need that in there. No, we don't need that business put out. When I can start my car from my phone and then have heated steering wheels and heated seats, fam. Yeah, we had that. Y'all act like the new generation got that first. We had that first. I've been starting my car from outside. We the ones who had that. How many of us cursed out our parents and grandparents, and some of these heifers deserved it?
Nah, I wouldn't cuss out my mom and my grandmama.
Let me tell y'all how we let grandmas and grandfathers get away with saying some of the most atrocious things and be like, you know, that's grandma. Fuck that. Call me, I'm a new generation. No, you don't get to disrespect me just because you got a title. No, you don't neither. And don't hit me with the, well, I don't even want to tell them stories. Let me write that shit down too. Things that, all right. Let me write that down. All right, y'all. Grandmothers, things they say. Okay. I hate when I write sloppy. Grandmothers, grandfathers.
Things grandmothers say.
And do. Oh, I got some stories. All right. We're done. This has been great. Thank you, Shaquisha. Thank you to everybody who joined the show. Please share this and let people know we on. Hopefully, Jay Black will be back tomorrow. Hopefully, Sexy Mo will have our internet. I don't know what third world country she's in, but for some reason her internet doesn't ever work. Anyway, love me for who I am, not who you. And you know what? I shouldn't say third world countries because they got internet. Why am I dragging them into Sexy Mo's trifling? No, how about this? Just Sexy Mo's in a bad area. Love me for who I am, not who you want me to be, because I can never be that and understand there's only one thing in life that's guaranteed it will end. So enjoy every minute, every second. You fight for everything else in life. Fight for your happiness and never let anybody take it from you. I'm off to the gig. That's right. I got a job. I got to put a little sweater on. I got to put a little t-shirt, and I got to get over there, and I got to get people's packages to where they got to go. It ain't going to be for long, y'all. I don't know if you read this shirt. Did you read my shirt? Did you read my shirt?
I couldn't read it. Thank you, Yams.
The comeback is greater than the setback.
Okay.
My name is blocking it. You'll see. Michael Shawn the Takeover Legends. We'll see you tomorrow. Yeah.
Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends, where the truth hurts, but also makes you laugh.
Baby, tap in.